Series, the 10th chapter.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of there. Well, even though if he doesn't have the proper motivation, small. Because even though he may not originally have the proper motivation, eventually he will have the proper motivation. This is a beautiful concept. We have in the Gemara, in Yuma Mamches Komentei, Mordechai Messiah. He comes to purify himself. This is the way God helps. God helps us that even though we start out not really having the proper motivation, the proper appreciation of this holiness of God's Torah, and tremendous emes of God's Torah, the truth of God's Torah. If we persist and the Shema, how wonderful it is, and how beautiful God, He gives us such a wonderful way. He gives us, Torah is your life's blood. Torah, everything beautiful will come. Now, a person should always engage in Torah, even if he has to only on that level of shloshmo. Because even though he starts out one way, he will eventually get to the proper way. Therefore, as a katani, therefore we do teach even little ones, as anoshim, and even people, women that are not serious about learning. Certainly, people that are serious, obviously. And ordinarily, we teach ignorant people only from the motivation of fear.
Get them to that
Get
stage.
them to the point that they will be motivated to engage in it and start to engage in it because they can only understand at that level. If they understand that the Rabbi Shalom and there's no way in the world they're going to get away with Genevishtik with relation to Rabbi Shalom, so they'll say, all right, I'll be a good boy. I don't want God to punish me. And on the other hand, if they have any emunah at all, they'll say, I certainly do wish to go to Gan Eden. I don't want to go to the other place. In order to receive reward, until their understanding of their obligation increases, their capacity to understand their responsibility is chachmu yisera. Very wise, additional seichel, and it reveals to them roz zen, this secret, carefully. So they keep on learning it, and they understand it, and they finally serve God in Av. See, it requires a learning process. We are motivated different ways. We have a tremendous maturity that the Torah is trying to teach us. At that point, we have arrived at what we're supposed to be doing in the first place. Not everybody can start out like that at the beginning.
Get it all in.
It is a thing that is known water and clearly, Ahavas Hashem, that it doesn't become evidence of a person. Achi Shonabah Tomi, he learns in it constantly for Roy as it's fitting to be done. Yazov, and he forsakes, abandons. Everything else is in this world, puts mimeno. You asked to learn further.
I knew this was coming. Saved by the bell. I knew there had to be a punchline, so we got to it. Yes.
It's like somebody is playing a trick on him. The only thing that we must come to understand is Ahavas Hashem must motivate everything that we do. We must come to that point that you're prepared to abandon everything in Olam Hazeh except Ahavas Hashem. The Vekis Hashem. All your heart and all your soul. It doesn't say with 50% of your heart, okay, 60%, 100% devotion. We make a compromise, let's forget.
I want to make a deal. 10% a year, I'll improve 10%. 10 years, I'll get to the 100% area. I know. So I'm trying to make sure I get at least 10 more.
We must say the thing. The only way, I have to read the book, but one of the most pressing things is that there's tshuva. And yet, although made previous errors in the past, you're not availing yourself of this safeguard, this remedy. And this is criminal. It's a real criminal thing not to avail yourself of what God has given you. We can't depend that we're going to do tshuva sometime in the distant future. We got to do tshuva today. Nothing about, everybody's going to talk to God. Listen, God, let's wait until I get around to it. I'll work myself gradually into it. Like you got a contract, contracted, you're going to go and work 1,000 years. So what is if it takes me 900 years to get into it, then I'll finally get into the swing of it? Who said that you had 900 years to get ready? Who gave you that guarantee? You got some kind of a nest. Most of us don't get such guarantees. Of course, you may have it. You only love God only with knowledge that you know. Al pi adea. And through this knowledge, should come the love. It comes little by little. It becomes lot by lot. What? You've got to do this intelligently. You should understand. It's not going to happen. You have to have proper standards of conduct. You have to make yourself a living example of Torah. Translate it into action. Yeah. Unless you become knowledgeable how to do it. Yes.
How can you love God?
To the degree that you can love God,
right.
and
He wants you to love Him.
Obviously, you have to work it. You need God's help. You need God's help. You cannot, like the Torah Tamima tells us, because it says there, what do you have to do is to have Ahavas Hashem and to do all these statutes and commandments and everything. So the Torah Tamima says the Gemara, the way it asks the question, the Lamed Gimel. Is it such a small thing? It doesn't say that only in this area of Yira is in our position. We have to make the initial decision that we're going to do the Ratzon Hashem, try to be tzaddikim and not avoid being rishoyim. After that point, we need to Sa'ayder Shemaya all the way through God's help every second of the way. When it comes, when we have worked at it, we know our part, the Rabbi will do what he has to do. Have no fear. No person needs fear that they will be gypped by God. If they are sincere and they persist to do and try to improve their performance, God will make the bracha come to pass. It will happen. So a person must concentrate himself, behaving to understand, to become intelligent, wise, with Torah wisdom and understanding. Amodim law that teaches him as Kono, his creator. If he according to the strength that he has, each person has a different
attribute,
a grasp of understanding how much chashivas come to this. Kamosha bi'arnu, like we explained, Be'ilchus Yisodei Torah, like we explained in the laws of...
You don't want to respect it, and I thought 200 years ago.
You need to build a gun.
No, I'm not saying that Torah learning is not important, and it helps a person to reach a higher level. But you did not learn Torah or Hashem,